go of everything.
What's up, YouTube? So today I want to do a little bit of a quick unboxing. I purchased a T-shirt ruler. I thought it might be a little helpful. I mean, I do have the whole square it grid thing, but this takes a lot of time, especially when you're doing big runs. So I decided to see, I seen this one company that's on Amazon, of course, and they had a lot of reviews and they were pretty good. And not only did they have a lot of good reviews, but they sold a lot of them. So I always look at what people sold. I mean, if that many people are buying it, it must be good for a reason. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and I paid, I want to say roughly maybe $25, if that. So I decided to give it a try. Maybe it'll make my life easier and a hell of a lot faster for me. So it's called Urboni T-shirt Guide. This is the way it comes. This is the back. Let me open it up so we can see what's inside. So this is how it looks inside. Pretty nice boxing. So let me take out the ruler here. So this is the ruler, the T-shirt guide, I should say. Now I heard a couple of reviews that the actual lines, these red and black lines that actually contour the shirt supposedly, that they come off with heat. I don't plan to put this underneath my press. So for me, that's not gonna be a big issue. I'll do my designs before, I'll put my designs on the shirt before I even put them on the press. So I'll just stack them up, and then after that, I'm just smacking them together. So that's what I find to be faster for me. Now inside, which I think is pretty neat, they have an actual chart. Yes, there's only one chart. I guess they leave it in there so that way, I don't know if you can see that pretty good, but they show you the different designs and how far, and the chest print, how far. If you can see that pretty good. So that's pretty neat that they show you all this, especially for the back. So it always comes in handy. But for somebody starting out, this will be a definite plus for them. It'll make their life a lot easier instead of having to go search like I did through the internet to try to find the different measurements. Let me put that to the side. So inside here you have Ultimate All-in-One Universal Design for T-shirt Ruler Guide. Smart template, maximum contrast, universal design, high durability, how to use. It says cleaning and care. It comes with a 1-year warranty, extended warranty, activates. In other words, you can scan the QR code and you can get extended warranty. And then they also have another QR code here. It says 100% satisfaction, which is cool as well. Now, this is the bigger size, which I think is about 16 inches wide, side to side. Let me not lie to you here. It's actually 17 inches wide. So this is 17 inches wide and about 7 inches tall. I chose to go with this one instead of the standard one because I guess a lot of people that bring me 2X, 3X, and sometimes even 4X shirts. And what a pain in the butt it is to do 4X shirts, especially if you're doing a chest print. That it is never stitched right. You're always gonna have trouble. So in other words, this is why I got this, to make it easier. If not, you know, I will go back to my trusted, I know this is true. I know this works very well. It just takes a little bit of time to set up. Let me open this up. I mean, it's well packaged, well sealed. I mean, they even got it taped up. They're making sure this thing doesn't get scratched or anything, which is good. I don't blame them. You know, it's their product. They're going to want to give it to you as best as possible. So, all right, guys. So you do have the red side, which is good for the white shirts. But if you flip it around, you do have white. So the white, I guess, is a lot better to see on a dark color. I don't know if you can see the whites on there. So then you got the red on the other side, white. That's pretty neat. So let me grab this hoodie right here. I got a small decal. I'm just gonna use as reference because I'm not cutting out vinyl today. I just got finished doing, I don't know, so many hoodies and I'm tired. The day's almost over for me, so. All right, guys, so here's the black hoodie. I'm trying to see if I can get this angle right here into the camera. I don't know if you guys can, yeah, you can see it. All right, so let's see how true this is. So if I was to go up to this line here, which I am, see, it doesn't hit the corners. This is what gets me about certain things that, I mean, I understand it's made for a t-shirt, but it should work with a hoodie as well because, I mean, you're showing hoodies there. So, and I'm guessing it's just a reference point, and I understand that. But they should make the neck, the circle part of this, at least wider, because I don't think that this is pretty tight. I mean, even on a t-shirt, okay. I could see where on a t-shirt, like if I was to do my t-shirt, and look at that. My design is pretty straight there, buddy. Yeah, so on a t-shirt, I guess it'd be good. But on a hoodie, like I said, this is a customer hoodie. Customer brought me in this hoodie. This is not a brand that I use, so if I was to just line it up with the seam here, and this is about 8 inches wide, so I could just line it up 4 and 4, which I still don't see my design being straight, but yeah, I don't know. For me, it looks like it might be a little bit over. Because if I look at the 5 mark here, I'm touching the corner up here of the seam. On this side, I'm not touching the corner. So if I was to bring it over, the center line looks a little bit off. But like I said, it just could be me because I'm actually looking at a different angle. But if I move this over, go back to the trusted one. So let me just see from armpit to armpit here. This is about 10.5 wide, 10.5 wide. See, we're off. So on the trusted one, the square it, I would have to be between the 4 and the 4. And that looks about right there, which I am aligned with the pocket here. So as long as I'm aligned with this pocket, I mean, you can't trust the pocket either, because sometimes it's crooked, but I have the ruler going across. Maybe they're doing it because with the tag, but the tag is still off to the right. Like I said, I've been using this square for a very long time, and every time I use it, I know that this square, it puts it, I don't want to say perfect, but it gets it into that little space where you know it's okay. So I guess when I start doing shirts, I'll use it again, and I'll go from there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, I like it, and I probably would be able to use it because even if I'm just sitting here and aligning it in the middle here, and I'll just go by the center line where I think it's centered and just align it like that. I guess you can get it as close as possible. So it claims here that this is what, 3 inches from there. So I want to just check it real quick. It is 3 inches. So the red line up top, will be actually 2 inches. And then all the way to the end would be 3 inches. This is a large, so I will go about 2 inches on a large hoodie. That way you can have that 10 inch and still have a ½ inch at the bottom to spare over before the pocket. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it might not even be this. It might be the actual hoodie that's sewed wrong. You know, I'm going to try this with a t-shirt the next time, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, for just presentation and the durability, this is nice and thick. I kind of like it, man. I'm hoping that it serves its justice and helps me move on quicker. But if I'm going to sit there and be fighting with it and trying to measure, I guess time will tell. And plus, I haven't read the directions, so let me read the directions, how to really use it, and then I can give you guys an exact answer. And that's one of the complaints I heard about on the reviews, that people were having, that it doesn't line up to every shirt. Like for me, I just need it for reference. So, I mean, if I know the center's here, I'm just going to put it in the center and try to level it out as best as I could. And I'll go from there, because I do see the two with the red line and the black line. So, and even if I wanted to flip it over, I can still, at the same time, I can see, I don't know if you can see all the white. So, I mean, it does give you good reference. For the pocket logo, I don't know if this is actually going to work good for it. Because if you think about it, if you're already off the corner seam, I mean, I guess because you know, you want to come over 3 to 3.5 inches over. So this is about 3 3/4 inches over from the center line and about 7 inches down. So yeah, technically, if you want to think about it, I guess as long as you get it centered here, I'm guessing the chest print would be good. And let me just see, because they're saying that, you know, to place the chest print there. So if I was to go down 3 inches, so this is 7 inches from the corner here. So 7 inches, that's for a large. They say, I guess they're telling me to place it, but I think that's too high. That would be extremely too high for a chest print. Well, yeah, I think it's still too high. I would bring it down a little bit more. So I guess I would line it up here, because I always go by, you know, if I take a square ruler like this, sometimes it helps me out. I'll line it up from the center of the collar, you know, whichever side I'm going to be printing on. And I would just go with a square like this. I would just go from that center collar all the way to the bottom of the armpit here. And usually I will put it right there on top of the two sides. And it always falls right on the chest. So I use a square for a lot of it. Sometimes I get 2 rulers if I can't find this one and this one disappears. But yeah, I mean, reference wise, I can give it that. It gives you in the right direction where you're going. I guess you can play with it, mark it wherever you're going to mark it at, and then you just keep duplicating everything. Well, guys, honestly, so my review on this, I like the sturdiness. I like the build quality. It's heavy. Well, it's not heavy, but it's got some weight to it. It's durable. I I do feel that it might be just screen printed on here with some kind of paint, but there's no sharp edges. Everything's rounded off, so that's a good thing. Every corner's rounded off, so you're not gonna snag, except for these. These are not rounded off, but they're not sharp. So, I mean, if I was to give this from a 1 to a 5, I would have to say I'll have to say 3.8, maybe. I'll give it more because, I mean, you got to do your own reference. So, I mean, if you're a printer, you know, you print a shirt, you're going to hold it up. You do what we call to get a fabulous hold up, and you make sure it's straight. If it don't look straight to you, it's not going to be straight on the shirt. So the neck quality, I would have to say they need to do something a little bit better with that. I mean, they should make it a little bit, I want to say longer to fit, you know, hoodies and everything else. But it does look like it fits on a t-shirt. I'm gonna have to give it probably a solid 4.3. Because the thought, the build, and just, I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, as long as you get it centered, I guess you can. It is marked 3 3/4. Usually I go 3 1/2 from center, but it's only a 1/4 inch. It's not a big deal. What I did notice that if you look at the red marks here and here, I don't know if I can bring it a little closer. This red mark is a little bit more sanded off. This one is up to the point. I don't know if you can see that very well. And then you look at this one. See how it's sanded off a little bit. I mean, build quality is still good. I mean, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it too. I mean, just to get your print at that spot and then you go from there. I think it's worth the $25. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it that solid 4.3. Yeah, 4.3. I'm gonna stick with that 4.3, guys. So yeah, if you guys want to go check them out, the name is Urboni. Sorry, I'm making a mess here. This is the box. You might want to go check them out and see if you can pick one up. Maybe you can comment if you know how to use it better than me, or if you've used it before and you figured it out. Like I said, I haven't read the directions yet, so I'm gonna have to read the directions on it and see how this actually works and falls into play for me. Well, guys, that's my review. Like I said, I give it a 4.3. I think it's worth the value for the T-shirt ruler. If it's gonna help me out and it's gonna make things a lot quicker for me, I would raise up to 4.5. I mean, there's little tiny imperfections on sanding wise and getting, you know, the oval shape around the neck, but it's not something that's gonna kill the deal. So guys, go check it out. Go buy it if you want to. Like I tell you, I like to keep it real. If I think that something's worth it, I go for it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see when I'm posting up something else. Guys, love you all. Take care. Be blessed. On the next one.